And last but not least, the Monday night matchup: Buffalo Bills taking on Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. I'm gonna be disrespectful and pick the Jets.
I knew he was gonna do that
It's not
because he's a bad man.
He's a
not
bad man. He ain't with State
it's
Farm
not
no more. He with MetLife, but he a
Yeah.
bad man.
it ain't disrespectful.
It's in New York or it's in Jersey. Sorry, it's in Jersey.
Right. But
I don't think it really matters where it's at.
because he knows I can't root for the Bills because they got to play the Bengals at some point. There's going to be
Yeah,
that.
play them,
So
I think at the end of
at
the
some
year.
point, they're going to come to head. So I can't root for Buffalo. Yeah, he got Buffalo. I can't root for Buffalo.
I do got
So,
Buffalo because I got them winning
for
the
the
Super
sake
Bowl
of
too.
Cincinnati, I can't root for
You got them going?
Yeah, this is my last year.
Man, I almost cussed.
This your last year
we
for what?
For Buffalo. This is I picked Buffalo to go Super Bowl and win it.
You sure did. You sure did. At least my Bengals got there. They didn't win.
I'm a big Josh Allen guy. I like Josh Allen. You know how I feel about Stephon Diggs. You know how I feel about Diggs.
For 2 out of
and Kenny, they will get Von Miller back at some point.
Kenny, for the record, before you go in on him about the Bills being subpar at best, look, listen, the Bengals for 2 quarters had the Rams on the ropes. Now I don't know what happened in that halftime huddle. I don't know what happened.
I'm getting a ring.
Eli Apple forgot how to play football. The O-line disappeared. I don't know what happened, but the Bengals at least got to the Super Bowl. They got there.
We ain't gonna quit bringing them up. We ain't doing this right now.
I know you're a Ravens guy, but hear me out though. Hear me out.
You gotta give the Bills a caveat because of last year.
No.
They didn't get to finish the game.
Leave Hamlin alone, man.
No, they didn't get to finish. They didn't get a chance to get home field.
Preston.
They would have, if they would have beat the Bengals, they would have got home field. The game never happened.
The game never happened.
And then Kansas City because they beat Kansas City, mind you. They beat Kansas City, and they had number 1, but Kansas City played one more game, so they didn't get a chance at it. That's the reason. If it went through Buffalo, I'm not sure Kansas City going into Buffalo.
It would have been another overtime situation.
So now last year, Buffalo was dang near. I was on that bandwagon too. Like they was dang near the best team in the NFL. Nobody could really mess with that team. Nobody could really mess.
Whoa, Kenny, whoa.
Last year,
he gonna say the Bengals.
This year, we talking about this. No,
Kenny.
We didn't get a chance to see what happened. We didn't get a chance to know who will win between Buffalo and Cincinnati.
Listen, when you have teams like the Cincinnati Bengals,
we're not talking about the Bengals, bro.
Yeah, whether you want to or not doesn't matter. Now,
it do matter.
When you have teams like the Bengals and the Eagles, you cannot sit here and say Buffalo was unbeatable. That's not true.
I didn't say it was unbeatable.
So I'm about to go deep on this one. Pause. So check this out. We're not going to do this. We're going to talk about this. Well, much we want to talk about, the reason why I don't put the Bengals as high as everybody else do is because every time we play them, we be smoking them.
They do.
They barely beat us in the playoffs 10-7 because we didn't have a quarterback. We were going to beat them.
We were focused on Kansas City and Arrowhead. We weren't worried about Baltimore like that.
Now I'm about to cook them. Don't do that. Now we cooking like James Harden got there. We ain't going to do this right now. That's what I'm saying. We can't say the Bengals and then every time they play the Ravens, we then smack them.
It's a divisional
rivalry. Better weapons and better personnel. We got Lamar Jackson, that's it. And we got Tyler Huntley.
Not this year, y'all don't.
Daniel beat you by himself at the 1-yard line.
Listen, y'all got the greatest.
You compare him to the Eagles.
So tell this man, the only reason the Ravens make so much noise when healthy is because y'all got the greatest running back as a quarterback. Okay.
The past, but this year they
your
got
number
OBJ.
One running option is your number one passing option. So when you have that combination of a quarterback,
this is the most talented
really a
Ravens team.
This is why the Ravens are relevant.
This might be the most talented Ravens offense
I've seen. The Bengals are relevant is the weapons. They ain't really because of Joey B. We gonna be that deep. He got 3 All-Pro players.
He got numbers.
He got 4. He got 4 All-Pro. He got 4 Pro Bowl players on his team. You got Jamar Chase. You got T. Higgins. You got the tight end. You got Joe Mixon. What you supposed to do with that?
And Tyler Boyd gets 700 yards a year.
You supposed to kill with that. You supposed to kill it. Outside of Mark Andrews, who does Lamar Jackson got until this year?
J.K. Dobbins.
Who he had?
Don't get him
started. So don't do this. So no. And we was going toe-to-toe, winning our division against Lamar Jackson. And you going to talk about some Bengals. So they had
for 2 quarters
that nobody saw coming. And they got to be able to keep the Chiefs one time. God bless
I
you.
blame.
He said ain't nobody did. But you gonna sit up here and say
head coach. See, now here's the part. Kenny said all that, and the one thing that he left out, and he did this on purpose.
I didn't do it on purpose, but I got a lot more to say.
He wants me to give. He wants me to give Baltimore some credit. I'm about to. The one thing you have, the Bengals can have all the Pro Bowlers they want. Joey B can be the coldest quarterback when it comes to fashion. But when it comes down to the X's and O's, do you take Zach Taylor or Harbaugh? Now, that's not a question. I don't want you to answer that. It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical. You got one of the greatest coaches from one of the greatest coaching trees in the history of the NFL.
So you taking Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson?
What?
If you had to build a team, you would take Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson.
You're asking me to take a player that hasn't won an MVP or put up MVP-like numbers.
Who?
Versus an MVP.
Who put up MVP numbers?
I'm saying, no, hear me. You're asking me to take, you hear what I said? You're asking me, would I take a quarterback that hasn't hit MVP numbers yet in his career?
You put him up.
Over an MVP?
So you taking Lamar?
Lamar's MVP.
I know. Okay. But Joe Burrow puts up MVP numbers.
No. Kenny's argument is valid based on the fact that Baltimore, and you said it too, Tone, they haven't had a roster like this offensively.
This is the most important
ever.
This the best
ever
since we won the Super Bowl.
I agree, because your offense back then was defense. Your defense was your offense.
No, last time we won the Super Bowl in 20.
I'm talking about with Joe Flacco.
I'm talking about Flacco.
We had Anquan.
It was a great defense, but they had good. They had
Well, I'm thinking of.
They have Bowden, right?
I'm thinking of 02.
No,
I'm not.
They had Anquan Bowden, didn't you?
We had Anquan. We had
Torrey Smith. That's a Hall of Famer.
We had Todd Heap. We had Ray Rice, and we had one more receiver. I'm drawing the blank, but we had like 4 weapons we were using on our offense,
which made our quarterback look like a Hall of Famer that he's not.
Well, he got a deep ball.
We're
Joe
Flacco always
had.
Yeah. We ain't talking about him.
But I think if you switch Lamar and Joe Burrow team, Lamar would be disgusting.
Oh, we would have won. They would have won. They would have won.
Lamar was in the Super Bowl with the Bengals against the Rams. Are you serious?
With them weapons.
Lamar's running through the whole defensive line in LA.
Well, and he could throw it to Jamar Chase whenever he wanted to.
And T. Higgins. And he had
and Tyler Boyd.
So that's that. There we talk about. All right, bro. So no.
I'm not disagreeing with your quarterback. Your quarterback's an MVP.
But I'm just saying, so when we was talking about Buffalo, you gonna bring up the Bengals stuff. I'm like, bro, Bengals.
Because you brought up Buffalo. You brought up
I brought up the situation because Buffalo didn't get a shot.
So I'm not gonna be different.
Kenny,
now, mind you, y'all know I'm biased. I'm a Rays fan, but I know Joe Burrow. We talk about Aaron Rodgers. Joe Burrow is bad.
He's a bad boy.
I give you that. But we can't say, like when you said you try to compare and put Bengals up there with the Eagles, and the Bills has just the same amount of talent with they enter the same quarterback and just as successful. The only difference is, outside of a couple plays, the same Bengals team that beat the Chiefs, that the Bills had one more try in that overtime, they beat them. And they go on to win the Super Bowl that year.
If they had a chance to finish the game last year.
We all can agree that Lamar Jackson, if you plug him on any other team that's contending, the Eagles would have won with Lamar. Are we gonna disagree on that?
The Eagles could have won last year with Hurts.
They could have won with Hurts.
That wasn't Hurts' fault.
I'm speaking situational football.
Yeah.
In the event that you have Devontae Smith, AJ Brown on each side, you gonna tell me Lamar can't take that team and win it all?
Oh no, he can. He could.
Now, what we're saying is that I separate the Eagles anyway. The Eagles are just different. The Eagles, how they built their team, this team is set for the next 5 to 10 years. They're gonna be in a fight for the next 5 to 10 years.
So they basically like the Kansas City Chiefs have been the last decade.
They will be now coming up, yeah.
KC's on the back end. I'm talking about how they were when they first built.
I don't know the Chiefs. They got Patrick Mahomes.